Hello and welcome to another unboxing here at Haltech. This time it's a Nexus Plug-In ECU to suit Mazda's RX-8. This is a direct plug-in engine management system which mounts in the factory ECU position with absolutely no wiring modifications required. Simply plug it in, run through the setup wizard, and you are ready to race. But first, let's make sure it's compatible with your Mazda RX-8. The Nexus Plug-In ECU supports the 2003 to 2008 Series 1 RX-8 fitted with the 13B-MSP Renesas 6-port engine. They're available as an AUDM, USDM, JDM, and EUDM. It also supports the 2003 to 2008 JDM variant, which was fitted with the 13B 4-port, or known as maybe like the RX-8 JDM version. This plug-in will not support the Series 2 RX-8 as the ECU connectors on the Series 2 are completely different. It simply won't plug in. So now that we know what it's compatible with, let's open the box and see what the kit comes with. First thing first, the Mazda RX-8 Series 1 plug-in ECU. It's a thing of beauty. And then our support packet on the top. We include the 2-pin air temperature sensor, which has got a DTM2 connector on it, and the wideband expansion harness that's 2.5 meters long. That means that we can add a wideband oxygen sensor if we option the kit with that, and we've got an air temperature sensor. It's got a 1/8 MPT thread, and we include an aluminum weld-in bung that you can weld into the intake pipe. We've got a bunch of vacuum hose and a T-piece so that we can connect the onboard 43.5 PSI or 4-bar map sensor to the inlet manifold so the ECU's got a load reference. We've got a USB-C communications cable, we've got a quick start guide, and as with all of the Nexus plugins, we've got the mounting brackets. This takes the guesswork out of mounting your Nexus plug-in ECU. The vacuum hose is used to connect the inbuilt 4-bar map sensor or the manifold absolute pressure sensor to the inlet manifold. And this allows the ECU to measure boost pressures up to 45 PSI or 45 pounds of boost. This also allows us to remove or bypass the airflow meter and tune the engine using the volumetric efficiency method. If you've been lucky enough to turbocharge your RX-8, the map sensor also allows the use of closed loop boost control with as many target boost pressures as you like. The Nexus plug-in ECU supports a heap of factory functions available across the RX-8 range, including the oil metering pump, the auxiliary port valve control, the secondary shutter valve control, the variable dynamic intake control, and the variable fresh air duct, very important. Integration with the ABS and the DSC functions, as well as full factory dash support, including air conditioning, of course. Now, if you've got a Haltech standalone engine management system in your RX-8, there's a good chance it's modified, but it doesn't have to be. It could be replacing a failing factory ECU, used to create parity in a factory racing series, or used to extract the most out of your factory engine configuration. But when it comes to modifying, notice I said when and not if. Nothing makes it easier than the Nexus plugin. The first time the ECU is connected to a laptop, the startup wizard will appear in the NSP software, and we'll simply need to click on the options your car's fitted with. Select which vehicle variant it is, what's connected to the auxiliary harnesses, which engine the car's fitted with, which style of throttle body it has, what style of porting the engine's got, if any, what injectors does it have for the primaries, the secondaries, and the tertiaries. Yep, that's right, we support the 3 stages of sequential injection on these engines. And finally, which ignition coils you're using. Once we know all this information, the ECU will generate a tune file and you're ready to start and run. The only optional extra I'd always recommend for any ECU installation is a wideband oxygen sensor. This allows the ECU to measure the actual air-fuel ratio coming out of the exhaust and in turn allows the use of closed-loop auto-tuning with long-term learning. This means the ECU looks at the actual air-to-fuel ratio, then compares it against the target air-to-fuel ratio and makes the required adjustments all by itself. The longer you drive the car, the better it gets. And it doesn't just forget each time you turn the car off. It remembers for next time, and this is how the tune-up and the fuel economy gets better and better with each drive. But that's not all. The Nexus Plug-In ECU also has 128 megs of looped onboard data logging. The logging allows you to add up to 300 channels to take up to 1,000 samples per second. It's got Wi-Fi communications, so you can connect a laptop wirelessly for tuning or data extraction, but more importantly, it'll connect with the Haltech Connect app. That's available in the App Store or the Play Store. A 4-pin CAN plug to support devices like the IC7 or the UC10- in true plug-and-play fashion just make it so much easier to expand that system once you've got the plug-in ECU. It also has multi-level engine protection, something that all rotary owners love and need.
I'm in danger!
It's got cruise control, boost control, advanced traction control. It's even got an onboard 4-channel oscilloscope. And then to the auxiliary connector that every tuner dreams about. This is my favorite thing. The 26-pin AMP connector found on the back of the unit uses the industry standard AMP 1mm super seal pins that are an absolute breeze to work with. They're simple to crimp and the connector's easy to use. But wait, there is still more. If that's not enough inputs and outputs for your build, don't worry. Any unused inputs and outputs on the factory ECU connector can be reassigned to suit your specific needs. That means a heap of extra analog inputs and digital outputs. This is also a really nice way to keep the engine harness looking nice and neat while adding extra functionality through the already existing wiring. But if wiring's not really your thing, that's okay too. We offer fully finished terminated harnesses to suit installs that are looking to add wideband, air temperature, flex fuel or oil pressure. And remember, the RX-8, while it has an oil pressure gauge on the dash, does not have an oil pressure sensor. The factory item is just a switch, so it's certainly a good idea to fit an actual pressure sensor. So if you're looking for more reliability, increased power output, or an ECU to go along with your newly acquired turbo kit, now is the time to jump on a Nexus plug-in. Of course, if you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments or get in contact with your friendly Haltech representative. As always, thanks very much for keeping me company. My name's Scott. Catch you next time.